Hi there, welcome to another model railway review. This is Hi-Hat 101, welcoming you to another video on my YouTube channel. Haven't done some videos for a while, and I got a Loco for Christmas, surprise surprise, and she is this one. It's a Hornby A4 super detailed Merlin in beautiful Brunswick green livery. And she's DCC ready, so she comes ready for DCC chip if you wish to fit one inside and have it DCC running, or she can be DC as normal. Anyway, this is the box it came in. The Loco has been removed from the box for the video purpose, but the reason I wanted to talk a little bit briefly, very quickly about the box is because this beautiful package it comes in, it looks very nice and you've got a nice picture of the Loco, but inside it's very deceptive because Hornby for some reason have gone a little bit crazy with their packaging for some reason this year, in the fact that, as you'll see very quickly, I'll explain, normally the boxes that you get the Hornby Locos and rolling stock in, they do have two nice size holes at the back for you to put your fingers through, so you can push the item out the box and ease it out carefully, as you've noticed from my previous videos. This year, for some reason, Hornby have this unusual idea of putting two plastic grips at either end of the box here, so that when you remove them, like so, and you remove the plastic protective cover, the box will actually split in two halves, which I suppose is an idea that might be useful to some people, but I don't personally like it, because with a super detailed Loco, she can easily drop out the box, or she can roll forward, or she can just get damaged. And there have been two small parts that have actually come away from the Loco when I actually unboxed it, because it's so fragile. I cannot stress how fragile these Hornby super detailed Locos are. Anyway, that's the box that it came in, so we don't really want to watch the video about a boring box, do we? Inside we got the normal Hornby DCC protective sleeve. Should you choose to use it or not, me personally it doesn't matter, so we'll throw it away, we'll put it to one side. And also in the box came the standard Hornby instructions, how to care for your DCC, DC Loco, Hornby A4 tender and Loco. And the bit that you want to pay attention to and keep these handy if you're a first time Hornby locomotive buyer or collector is the standard lubrication chart they give you with the Loco. All the little red dots indicate where you should put the tiny amount of oil in order to keep her running nicely and smoothly, and also to keep her lubricated. So anyway, without further ado, let's skip the boring bits and get onto the Loco. So I've got the Loco out the box, and I'll just go and get her, and we shall be back in a moment. Right, well, she's out of the box, and here she is. There's Merlin, and that is a beautiful, beautiful A4. My second A4 is the Mallard, which I like, but for some strange reason I've just fallen in love with this A4. She is absolutely gorgeous. I think what makes the A4 without the side balancing more appealing is because you can see all the wheels and motion and all the details more clearly compared to, say, Mallard, where you have all this covered up. Anyway, let's move on to the Loco itself. It's a super detailed model, as I mentioned before, which means that you've got these separately fitted brass replicated pipework that goes up from the side of the cylinders into here, which you can fit separately. She's got sprung buffers, which are rather nice, and they're a nice silver colour painted. The front has beautiful detail. She's got this dummy coupling on the front there, which you can see there, which is rather nice, and a hook that sits on. A vacuum pipe here, this beautiful rivet detail on the smoke box, which would open forwards that way obviously. Brass whistle there, lamp bracket, even the shed plate there. One of the things I love about an A4, apart from its obviously its streamlined appearance, is the double chimney. It's really, really well modelled on here. As we look down the Loco here, the paintwork and lining from Hornby is just immaculate. every single thing from the boiler bands all the way down the side frames. Everything's done beautifully, and the detail on the driving wheels, the motion, I can zoom in a tiny bit on that, you'll see what I mean. I mean, that is just super model engineering in miniature. That is just really cracking. And you'll notice the rivet detail on here is quite appealing as well. Moving up a little bit further down the Loco to the cab end, one of the things that I liked about this model straight off the bat was the fact they've added these nice side cab windows here and here. And if I bring the camera up like this, one of the things I thought was rather ingenious, that these roof vents actually open and close separately, and that one will do the same as well. They do actually open, but like I said, it's very fiddly, this model, so I'm not going to play about it too much. But yeah, these do actually open individually. You can set them, as you can see I'm doing there, you can set them as you want them. Just took the tender out of the way a second. I want to show you something that's really beautiful about this model as well. Not just the overall Loco and the super detail, but the immaculate job that Hornby have done. Look at this. This is the creme de la creme. Look at the cab detail in here. I'll just bring that down. Oops. If we zoom in very carefully, you will see that all the controls have been immaculately painted and picked out, which I think is really a nice touch. We zoom out again. One of the things that I'd warn people about this model is the fact that these side cab doors, which are here and here, these two little hinge doors, be very, very careful when you pick it up, because one of these has actually snapped off more than twice. So you've got to be very careful with these. Just hold her with respect and with the utmost care. She is very fragile. And one of the things I noticed about this Loco in particular, she's got a connection wire on a socket that you can see here, which actually corresponds, if I bring the tender over to the camera here, oops, there's our tender, as you can see, excellently profiled, just as well as the Loco itself. A decent replica coal on top there, that which actually comes out, so if you wanted to put your own coal in there, the coal is removable, and as you can see, if I put that at an angle, towards the top, the tender corridor has been modelled really well on there. If I skip that round to the front, so we can see the front of the tender, everything's been done nicely on there. You've got the handbrakes for the tender, and this corridor that runs along the side of the tender as per real practice. If we turn around, it's even more impressive from the back. If we look at that, look at the detail on the back there. You've got the window there for the corridor tender, lamp brackets here, the handrails, sprung buffers on the back as well, a nice little NEM pocket coupling which is there. Turn around at a slight angle, you'll get the full profile of the corridor tender, which is picked out with this beautiful little handrail that goes around the top like that. I don't normally rave about super detailed Locos, but this one deserves my full attention. She is beautiful. And just the immaculate paintwork again by Hornby, the way they've picked out everything in the correct proportion and size and colour. Anyway, you're probably wondering what this little bit of wire is with the connector on the end. What that does, underneath the tender, if I lay on its side like that, you'll notice there is a corresponding socket which is there. I'll zoom on that very carefully with the camera. If you can just make that out, there's a socket underneath the tender there. And all you do, you plug that wire in very carefully into that socket, and then obviously put the pin through the first hole of that drawbar. So if you can imagine, when you plug that in first of all to the wire, and then you would sit that on the first drawbar hole like that if you're running it around your layout. If it's on display, you can choose to use a second hole, which brings it in rather close, just for display purposes. One of the things that I would say about this model, again, because it's super detailed, it's a lovely model, but one of the things that I'm not very impressed about is this wire, this connecting wire. It's really fiddly to connect, because what you've got to do, the best way I did it, I actually turned the Loco either on its side or upside down, because what you've got to do, if I just turn it like that, what you've got to do is lay the Loco on its side like that in order to connect this wire from the Loco to the tender, which is a bit fiddly. If you're going to have it permanently connected all the time, it's brilliant, but if you, like me, once you run the Loco, put it back in the box, keep it nice and clean, it's a bit of a pain to keep disconnecting it and reconnecting all the time. So I might suggest that if you're actually going to connect it up permanently, to leave it like that, possibly in the box. You can if you wish. It comes with the standard now flangeless wheels that Hornby have decided to do this bizarre thing now, where the rear pony truck underneath the cab is permanently fixed in place, and they've given this flangeless wheel in its place, which when you actually buy the Loco in the box, it does come with a normal flanged wheel that you can replace. Just remove the screw from there, pop it out, put the replacement wheel back in so it looks the part. Me personally, I do not like the idea of these flangeless wheels, because it don't look very realistic, and they just do not look right. But when the Loco is running at speed around the track, it doesn't really notice, to be honest with you. But that's just my personal preference. But so this is, again, a lovely Loco from Hornby, which I'm very pleased with. Everything is as it should be, and the moment you look at it, you know it's an A4 Loco. It's just a superb addition to my collection. So there is my Hornby Merlin, super detailed from Hornby.